fuck was that? That's the second time we've heard a strange sound.
We didn't get that on tape, did we?
No, I didn't have the button. It sounded like a bird, like a crane maybe being strangled.
Like a crane lifting a baby.
Or heron.
Heron.
It was a stork delivering a baby. That's what it sounds like. A weird shriek in the bushes.
What? Oh, anyway, so yeah, I'm going to tape me calling Matt Johnson, which will probably end up in a series of phone messages. And by series, I mean one. Whoa. Fuck, my battery's dying.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Hopefully his machine will pick up.
We get it.
I have like 30 seconds left on my battery, and he's going to answer. I'm like, hey, what's up? Click.
Alright.
I would leave a message, but my phone is pretty much dead. So that was me calling Matt Johnson, and my phone dying and him not answering. So if the whole of this video gets on Tumblr...
Oh, it won't.
Bug.
There was a time when night vision cost like thousands and thousands of dollars.
But now you can get it on Amazon for $189.
That's right, any old video camera has it.
No, I just mean the night vision goggles that you strap on your head.
Nah, screw that. That's no fun.
Because I have them.
If we're going to continue to film stuff out here in the side yard, we probably need a second light at some point.
How come?
It's kind of dark out here. It's not exactly how Conan films his monologue in front of the Mario Brothers shapes backdrop.
No, but we could still add that relatively.
No, we could. If only I had Windows Movie Maker.
That's like saying I could take a dump if only I had diarrhea. Cha cha cha.
I could take a dump if only I had a spade to dig a hole in the woods. Scott is almost done with season 2 of Lost.
That's right. And it's very aptly named because I am lost.
At least you're hanging in there. You weren't one of those people that decided to call it quits.
Well, once you get past the 3rd episode, you're there. You're invested.
I don't know though. There were a lot of people. If you read, like if you go on Amazon just to read people's reviews of the various seasons, it's either like 5 stars. People say, OMG, Lost is the best show I've ever seen in the history of television. Or it gets 1 star and people are like, this show's fucking bullshit. This is so fucking ridiculous. I can't ever
LOL,
watch...
WTF, BBQ.
Can't watch TV ever again on any show because Lost was so stupid. So it's one or the other. Either you give it 5 stars, you give it 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. It's either it's black or it's white. There's no gray. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because you got pissed when Libby got killed, right? You didn't like that.
That's putting it lightly.
No, I have to admit, when I saw that way back, whenever the hell it was, I was like, shit,
years ago.
man. Like last summer.
She had the what I like to call the hard face. Because everyone else on the whole show had this nice, rounded, pretty face. And you look at them, you're like, yay, yeah, whatever, I don't have a problem looking at you. But then Libby came along, it's like, well, you're hot. I mean, you're definitely not ugly, but you have this weird, angular face, sort of like the architecture described in the, what was the guy that wrote about the Cthulhu and all that shit?
H.P. Lovecraft?
H.P. Lovecraft wrote about all this architecture that you just look at and you're like, this doesn't even make sense visually. That's how her face was. Like, you're hot, but your face just, it doesn't, I don't understand. And then you show Evangeline Lilly and you're like, there we go. And then you show the British chick that was in Roswell and you're like, or not British, she was Australian. You're like, oh, okay, you know, these nice round, soft features, and I look at you and I'm like, oh, cute, or hot, or beautiful, or whatever. And you see the Libby, you're like, well, you're hot, but your face is, you have all these weird features and straight lines and angles. And,
I thought she was hot.
She was hot. I think she was hot, but it was still like whenever you showed her, it's like, you're begrudgingly hot. Like, you're hot, but there's And then you look at Kate, you're like, oh yeah. Look at Claire,
In
you're
your
like,
call voice.
oh yeah. That's
French
my macho man.
potatoes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're hot looking. Yeah. Where's your baby? Taken by the others. Oh yeah. You look at Libby, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody gets to come back in the flashbacks. Everybody that gets killed will show up again later on.
That's great, but you can't fuck a flashback. And I'm sure Hurley probably thought that a few times.
Yeah,
Hugo Chavez.
that's probably true.